Describe a beautiful city. Where the city is, how you knew the city, what buildings the city has, what is famous for. It is refutable that everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. India has aesthetic beauty which makes it heaven. Today, here, I would like to talk about a city which I find the most beautiful. It is Leh in Ladakh. Basically, Leh is known as a moonland because most of the mountains are covered with snow, which gives most breathtaking experience. The landscape of the Leh is fabulous, where people can enjoy crystal clear sky and waterfalls. The climate of Leh is dry and cold, therefore, people love to visit there in the month of May to June because rest of the parts of India has scorching heat. Apparently, there are a myriad of buildings are present which not only show the ancient but also modern architecture. There is a Leh Royal Palace which was constructed in 60 and its facade resemble the buildings of Tibet. Moreover, one such a site attraction is Magnetic Hill, the place where gravity takes a backseat, which is near to Sindhu River that gives pictures beauty with the background of magnificent Himalaya mountains. Apart from this lays also religious values. There is a Sikh temple, Gurdwara Pathar Sahib, is present which has Sikh history. When it comes to a question that why I find it beautiful city, predominantly it has natural views which always allures me, like as hills, blue sky and open places which is far from the populated places. Secondly, I am adventurous person. It's best adventure place. Lastly, it gives peace to a person which is surrounded with the mountain. To wrap it all, Leh is a city which I find beautiful. So let's start with the follow-ups. What are the differences between modern towns and modern cities? Well, there is a huge difference between modern towns and modern cities, where the modern towns are less facilitated and they are less developed, whereas modern cities are developing day by day. Most of the people love to live in the cities because the cities have the top list of the government to improve or to develop them rapidly, whereas towns are on the below list and government authorities also don't give the proper attention to the towns. How can people preserve historical buildings? Well, there are a number of the ways are present that people can preserve historical buildings. First of all, the building which are come under the government, so government should manage it properly. There should be a one management which give the proper attention to historical buildings. They maintain each and everything to preserve it. Whereas some of the historical buildings which are not come under the government, so at the time people should be responsible for it to save it because these are historical values and it can also generate the revenue if we saved it. Why do some people like to visit historical buildings? Well, most of the people love to visit historical buildings for getting the knowledge about it. They are more curious to know each and everything and they want to experience these buildings or these places physically because they can get hand-on experience. Why do people go to modern cities? Well, people love to go to the modern cities due to different facilities. They have education facilities, job facilities, health facilities and recreational facilities which are most important nowadays. So that is why people love to go the modern cities because these are progressing day by day. What are the problem caused in maintaining historical cities? Well, there are a number of the problems can be faced to maintain historical cities. First of all, lack of the funds. Sometimes government do not give the proper funds to the managing the historical buildings, and sometimes corrupted authority, corrupted management also can be cause of it because they do not spend the money which came from the government. So it is also main reason. Moreover, like also damage the historical cities, which can also create problems to maintain the historical cities. Do you think having too many tourists is a positive thing for historical attractions? Every coin has two faces, so it has both pros and cons. Firstly, the advantages is that when the tourists visit these historical attractions, they generate the revenue, and it also spread the culture to other nations. But on the other hand, when there is lot of tourists come there together, so it can create the problems. Firstly, it can force the sources of the local people, like local people do not get their sources very well. Apart from this, due to the influence of these tourists, most of the local people are living their own profession, which is not good for them. Moreover, it also become the reason of pollution, because when the tourists come, they use a lot of vehicles to travel. They use different sources in the for they use different sources which create a lot of the pollution. What can we do to stop visitors from damaging historical places? First of all, awareness and strict warning can be fruitful for the people to stop them for damaging historical places. Moreover, a CCTV camera should be installed so that the people have fear that they are under the supervision, as well as when anyone can as well as when any person damage the historical places, so on the spot they should be fined, so it can be become a example for other people, so they don't think about it.